People always call them madhouse some places. I hate to even think about it.
Welcome everybody, my name is Shanth and Jetty and you are watching Shanth and Jetty Art. Welcome to episode 3 folks, of Pizza Live here on this channel. Pizza Live as we like to call it. Today, we're going to be talking about an outstanding horror movie, an outstanding werewolf movie that I was unfamiliar with up until, I want to say, about maybe a year or two ago. And so allow me to first welcome and say hello to all the channel members here, and then we're going to talk about 2015's Howl. I've got the link to the movie in the description, and I will let you guys know when to start that and have a running time code. Let's see our channel members we've got here. Episode 3, and I still haven't had any pizza. The year is young, my friend. We are going to get you there. Channel member Mark's Music Obsession. Channel member Awesome One here in the house saying, I made barbecue yesterday with sweet potato fries. Now that sounds good. Making barbecue with sweet potato fries, is good on the belly, but tough on the thighs, or so they say. Timmy Mello, welcome Timmy Mello, my brother. It's great to see you in the house. We go ways back. Always bringing the positivity, man. Always bringing the positivity. Let's see, where are our other channel members? We've got Steven Rockwood drawing in the house. The first, the alpha, the omega. Another brother from another mother. Old school, the first channel member. And let me see who else I've got up in here. I think, did I miss somebody? I hope I didn't. We've got John in the house. John, it's great to see you. How are you doing? We've got Mr. Monkey Boy 1969. It's great to see you, my friend. We got Comrade Sammy in the house. Great to see you. Everybody's talking pasta and Italian food. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. And then we have got, oh my gosh, Nomad Damon in the house. It's good to see you. Sweet potato fries are the best fries. Heck, man, I would not ever turn down sweet potato fries, guys. It is good stuff. So again, tonight's movie is a movie called Howl. And it's a UK werewolf movie. And it's got a really great... I'm glad to hear you're doing all right, my friend. And it's great to see you here, John, as always. It's a great werewolf movie. I wouldn't say it's totally overlooked. I do think people know of it, but not enough people know of it. It's a little bit like what we were talking about with the Hallmark 2-part movie of Frankenstein. That was a very faithful adaptation to Mary Shelley's work. Well, it was the same thing, when you look at a movie like this, I just think it kind of flew under the radar unless you were a werewolf, movie fanatic. And the gentleman who directed it was actually the makeup effects artist for the movie Dog Soldiers. It even has a cameo by one of the main actors in Dog Soldiers. So you're going to love the stuff in this movie, the effects and everything like that. But I think more importantly, as we talk about horror in this space and as we talk about monster movies, the thing that I think is kind of interesting is werewolves as a subject matter, as a genre. They previously, in a lot of their incarnations, it's been sort of the standard, ending. The ending that is kind of the way that it typically goes, where the werewolf, is bitten. It's a tragic transformation, and he dies in the end. You see this with Curse of the Werewolf, and of course with the Wolf Man. You see this, with every movie, including what's it called? Werewolf of London, American Werewolf in London. Incredible stuff, Watched about a third of it this morning after you posted the link. Have been too busy to finish it today. Oh, it's well worth finishing. And Timmy Mello saying, oh, nice, the people who did Dog Soldiers did the effects for this movie. Yes, the special effects person was the director on this movie, and they had some great writers. And so what we're going to do now is, guys, let's get started taking a look at this. Yep, Scotland. Indeed. John, you know it. So here's what we're going to do, guys. The link to the movie is pinned to the top of the chat, and there's going to be a time code when I hit this, so you guys can keep up with it. I have taken and put a lot of images, particularly towards the end. I've made them bigger. I'm learning how to do what I want to do with this show and with this stream bit by bit, like with everything. And I've got 2 shows a week that I'm locked in for, so it's Pizza Live on Thursday, and then on Sundays I'm doing a painting show. And by the way, just before we move on, speaking of the painting show, there's some YouTube antics going on. If you take a look at the view count for the painting show I did this past Sunday, it had gone up to it had gone over 100 last time I looked at it, and it suddenly is locked down at 88 views with no new views coming in. So, we talk about interesting algorithmic / YouTube hijinks that throttle channels. It's not very incentivizing to see that kind of stuff happen, when YouTube does that. And my wife said to me, she's funny, she goes, "Are they trying to hurt your earning?" And I'm like going, "Yeah, babe." That's what they do. It's like, yeah, I mean, less hours watched, it's not good for you. So yeah, so there you go, guys. Those are the kinds of things that happen. So we're going to keep doing what we do. We're going to press on like Lee Nails, kids, because that's how we do things around here. So without further ado, we're going to take a look at HOWL, and then afterwards, the thing that I've got, if I've got the energy, and assuming the stream doesn't go out, and I hear you, awesome one, but this was weird. The stream had higher numbers, and then they jumped down. It was strange. And then it says no one's been watching it. It's weird. The algorithm or the analytics changed, which is begs the question there. But if I have the energy, and God willing I will, I've got some behind the scenes photos I took from the making of, because like with all movies, if I'm a fan of it, I buy the Blu-ray if it's international, because I want those bonus features. So you guys are going to see some cool behind the scenes stuff, assuming I don't pass out at the end of this movie. So let's get started. Let's get rocking and rolling. Here we go, guys. The movie is HOWL, made in 2015. The link to the movie is pinned to the top of the chat. Here we go. And there you have it. I took the HOWL movie poster because I think it's a really great movie poster. But this is, of course, not a very high budget werewolf movie. It's just fantastic in terms of what they were able to do with that budget. It's great. Of course, you've got the title there. But if you like werewolves, and I know some of you do, you can enjoy this. Let me tell you. Really great atmosphere. Yep. It does. Awesome one. Indeed. Absolutely right, Timmy. Did you change, Timmy, during that full moon? Never change. So we've got the story of Joe. Joe is working for a railway company, and he's not really sure where he's going in his life. And interestingly enough, this seems to be a theme of werewolf movies. Timmy Mello pleads the fifth. Did he change into a werewolf? We don't know. And it's the classic story of Larry Talbot from the Wolfman coming back. His older brother's passed away, so now he's got to inherit the estate, and he's not exactly, the chosen one as far as the brothers go. And Joe is very much like that. Joe's just going to his job. He's hoping to get, promotions. He's trying to get the girl at work, that kind of story. And he's a very interesting kind of everyman, and it's fascinating because when we were watching Frankenstein, you had Dan Stevens from Downton Abbey. I don't remember this character's name, but he was also in Downton Abbey, so I guess they had probably every British person they could cast for that television show. But I don't know if you've ever been here before, guys, but I know I have. Getting the letter and saying, "We regret to inform you that we got your application for supervisor." Didn't work out. It's rough. Yep. Absolutely right, Mark. 100%. And there, we also get to meet the guy who got the supervisor position here, who is, he does a great job in his short time on screen. He's a little bit oily. It happens. There he is. He's got the perfect goatee. Ugh. Man. And of course, you know, because we need this in horror movies. We need this in every movie, frankly. Yeah, smarmy is the perfect word for it, John. He exudes it. And there you go. There's the lady of interest. And I know I don't have to tell you guys this, but one of the things that I always laugh about is the idea of when I hear people talk about what men find attractive. It's interesting. Guys tend to find women attractive for reasons they don't always know. You know? And she's just got a quality. I love this, the way this movie sets up shots. It's about him being boxed in, being hemmed in, feeling trapped, and we get this beautiful shot here. I wanted to make sure I got a screen cap of it. You know, of him just locked in the box. It's something that we do in comics, right? Like when I'm working on Nosfero and I'm working on any other projects that I've got going on, I'm always thinking in those terms, you know, trying to paint with the camera a little bit or to paint with the pen, you know, as it were. Yeah, and this is the job. I don't know if any of you guys, have any of you guys ever commuted on train for work or mass transit and things like that? I did a bit, and you know, I enjoy the train as a way of travel. Nice little jump scare with a dog, but I love that kind of stuff. Oh, he is Ted Lasso, the douche supervisor. There you go. Yeah, absolutely. Comics is all about the boxes, except when they're not. Amen. Well, you know me. And by the way, there's a face that you may have run into in your life. And she's a great actress in this. She's fantastic. And, she can't find her train pass and she's trying to get out of it. And he's like, sorry, I got to charge you. And she's just incredulous that she's going to be charged. And they're really doing a great job of breaking down his day. Like what it's like, a day in the life. Like he's just found out he's not going to get the supervisor position. He's just found out, you know, that he's not going anywhere, interestingly enough, as he works on the rail. You know, he's found all this stuff out. But he's, you know, it's disappointing. It's frustrating. And he has to tell people these rules. And I love that sequence right there. First they show this young kind of, you know, nerdy Indian kid on the train. He's cast perfectly for this. And then they have this young kid coming on in sort of a hoodie and a shirt, and he's throwing a suit jacket and a tie away. He just came from a job interview or a wedding and wanted to dump the thing, you know? Awesome One says, we got stuck in the subway in Japan not knowing you pay on exit. Oh, boy. And here is, yeah, your youth too busy talking on the phone to get her ticket out. And I loved this scene because it's sadly accurate. The world will wait for my phone call. And then she says, oh my God, this guy's totally staring at my, you-know-whats. And he's just looking at her ticket, and it's just a classic obnoxious person. And you're going to meet your share of obnoxious people in this flick, I will tell you that. But you're also going to come to realize that only a few of them really, deserve what they get. And speaking of people who really deserve more than they get, is this gentleman here. It's like, looks over at his pass and is basically not even going to hand it to the guy. Because, you know, he's too busy. He's in his own world. Oy vey. And what's up, Grey Wolf Graphics channel member? It is great to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And there's the girl of our dreams, pushing the coffee cart with all the snacks. And I gotta be real with you here. They introduced this character, and I'm not sure. And bon appetit indeed for the wolves. They introduced this character sitting down there eating, and that seems to be his only purpose, is to be the guy who eats and is fat. And I'm always like, not a little bit more to him, you know? Not anything else. And this is rough, guys. So, our dear Joe tries to ask her out on a date. And he's going to get a face from a girl that's kind of rough. Yeah, he obviously likes soccer. Yeah, amen, Dean. It's great to see you, comics mate. My man Dean in the house. Yeah, we need more John Candies is right. I was just looking at some clips of Uncle Buck the other day, not 2 days ago. He's like, do you want to go for a drink later on? Now listen, guys. Yeah, if you get that face, you see that face right there? Yeah, that's it's done. That's the pity face. What are you gonna do? Yeah. That's so rough, dude. You know, oh, and I heard you didn't get the job. Good luck. So brutal. Oh, man. Oof, that's a rough one. You're right. You're right, comrade Sammy. We've got channel member Ferris Comics in the house. Hello, all. Have to go to sleep. Have a good night. Have a good night, too, my friend. It is great to see you here. Godspeed and God bless. And so, yeah, there you have it. Yeah, awesome one's right. That's the mother's I'm so sorry, son face. Oh, no, yeah. That's a fatality right there. And, of course, again, guys, we never miss a chance to put this character composed inside of a box. Again and again, professional failure, put him in a box visually, right? Attempt at romance and romantic failure in his mind, put him in a box. And he's just on this train, nothing ever changes, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's the idea here. Some really nice, for a low-budget movie, some decent CG, you know. I mean, you know it's CG, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, the visual breakdowns, man, this is the stuff I used to do when I was teaching, because it was the way it is, you know. It's like you want to explain to people how much thought that people put into this stuff, and there you go, guys. We see that it's a full moon out. Timmy, you be careful now. Make sure you're locked down on a full moon, you know. That's the way it is. And of course, all of a sudden, there's a sort of a weird impact, and the train grinds to a stop. And we get this beautiful, unfortunately I don't have it, but this beautiful overhead, shot right there, which is crazy. You know, it's just amazing stuff. Oof. You know, and it's like, okay, now we got to go check on everybody. And here's where you see, now, if you thought the guy who got the job over him was smarmy, we will redefine smarminess in a second here with this cat. Timmy, I'm telling you, look out. Don't look directly into that emoji. I said it. So he goes and he's like, what the heck is going on? And so he goes to kind of check on the passengers. And, there's something on the line. Sorry about the bump. And here you go, guys. So this dude never misses a chance. He says this guy who's just taking tickets, you know, he's like, oh, that was a nice ride, like puts him down. And then when he tries to help the girl that he's interested in with the cart, the other guy just jumps in and goes, "Let me handle this," in a totally emasculating way. I mean, it's like this guy lives to kind of put this guy down. But here's a really great response here. Love it. He's like, "Here's your keys." It is so shiny. And he goes, "Here's your other set of keys." And, yeah. Ooh. So yeah, so we've had a bit of an impact here. Julie Pascal, there you go. I gotta do other things, but I got my notice that my painted sketch perk has shipped. I'm so thrilled. Thank you, Shanth. I know I boxed it with great care. Let me know when you get it. I am looking forward to that getting into your hands. Very excited, Julie. God bless you and Godspeed. It's great to see you. And so here is our guest spot appearance of an actor you guys may very well know from Dog Soldiers. So he was, I think, the gentleman who gave the last full measure to take down those werewolves. And he gets a part in this flick, probably, a little bit of a star lift, which happens. Hey, can we get you in this for a couple of days? We've worked together in the past. Put your name up on the poster and get more eyeballs on this. And I wish they'd gotten more eyeballs, And of course, everybody's being obnoxious and, and some people are being nice and helpful and he's just trying to take care of folks. And you got doing the job. Uh-oh. Speaking of wolves, we've got Diesel in the house. What's up, my brother? Great to see you, channel member Diesel. Yep, and that young teenager is, she's exhausting. Oh, man. You feel for the guy. You just feel for the guy by saying, "What's up?" to Diesel. That's right. We love seeing Diesel in the house. But man, alive. Nothing much, my brother. What's up with you? It's great to see you, Diesel. God bless you. And of course, this guy is going through and he's trying to figure out what is going on with the train. Like, what did we hit? Which is one of those things. And of course, the obnoxious business lady who had to pay for a ticket, he's like, "How are you?" She's like, "How are you doing? How do you think?" She's mad at the world. Yeah, it was a brutal rejection, Timmy. That was rough. It's helping to pick up books and helping people. And there you've got, this guy is an interesting character. I wish we had gotten, no, you've got it, John. John, A for the day. Amazing. Yeah, throw me to the wolves after that is right. No kidding. They'd be more merciful. And yeah, that dude right there that you're going to see coming up is plays a pretty decent role in this. I wasn't sure with where they took the character, but, in terms of a character that's likable, he's certainly that. And they're kind of like, all right, so, and the driver's out looking to see what the heck is going on. Yeah, if he was the supervisor, would all this have happened? Yeah, I think the real issue is, and there you go, guys. There's the discovery right there up on the screen. Pretty grisly, but they did hit a deer. Yeah, if he was a supervisor, he probably wouldn't even be on this train. He wouldn't have had to take a second shift. But yeah, they do. The driver does find that they did strike a deer, and that is rough. He's got to figure out a way to clear that. It is a deer. Oh yeah. And you want to talk about a tough job, that's when you go back in and grab another, one of the guys. Yep, I told you, 8 for the day, man. It's what it was. Because at first when I was watching this, knowing it's a werewolf movie, I was thinking, is he going to be a werewolf? Is that what it is? And, because that happens in Ginger Snaps, another low-budget, really well-done horror movie. And then, he's hearing a little bit of movement. Never good. But he goes back to work. And then you have the teenager singing along to her cell phone with no headphones on. Because, nobody else matters on the train. Yeah, that's right. Deer Stops train. That's the lightest train ever by far. Yep. I love this. This is a really great bit of horror stuff. She's writing Post-it notes and she's taping them to the window. They're sticky notes, and she's sticking them on the window as she writes. And then he hears some kind of sound going out, of course. And boom, he gets hit by something out of the woods, and you see blood hit the window. And she continues to put her Post-it notes up as he's being, reconfigured. Yeah, that antler could make a great back scratcher. There's no getting around it. Yep. It's a velociraptor. Yeah. Man. Yeah, we got to see where this goes. So he's starting to get a little bit like, what's going on? Go check on the driver. And of course, I love this kid. This kid is so obnoxious. She's now smoking. I mean, come on, guys. It's 2015. This isn't, 1985. Yeah, finally. Oh, and the tool is like, I want me to get out and push. Like, what is this guy gonna do? I don't know. There's always that type of character, and he plays it really well, who just talks down to anybody he can. And everyone in his sight, usually. It's wild. Yep, that kind of trouble deserves a call to Nosfero. Amen, Mark. God bless you. Oh, man, that kid. Lord. Oh, man. She looks like she's sucking on a lemon. She's got a face so sour. Of course, he's going to take a look outside of the train and try to figure out where the driver went, but can't really see the driver. And here's where you kind of get you get a glimpse into this guy, I mean, it's like, what I like about this flick is that this guy is not, he's not a hero in the traditional sense, but he's somebody who wanted the role of supervisor. Maybe he thought that the role of supervisor would give him this, I don't know, this thing he's looking for, this feeling of purpose and strength and whatever. And, when he doesn't get it, it's almost like he's after the title. And as you know, in these kinds of movies, when tragedy strikes or when disaster strikes, is more often when you're going to, be defined that way than just with a simple title or a simple badge. But he's still looking out there and going like, where the heck is everybody? Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. And you hear a little bit of a werewolf growl out there, too. Just a little foreshadowing. Yep. Title seekers, indeed. Or John, let me wait for that to come up. Title seekers are so transparent and glass-jawed. Yeah. People who are looking for titles are usually the most political people. Like, they're more obsessed with what they're labeled than they are with what they're actually contributing. And you see that a lot of places. You know, it's like the definition of a lot of academic administrators, I think. Hugh Luck. Mm-hmm. There it is. And they find out from the train when they call ahead it's going to take 4 hours because of the weather to get a train to pick them up and get somebody out there to fix it. And by the way, look at those faces. Yep. They consume more than they produce. Yep. And now they're finding out that the driver is missing. And so here you go. And here you go. One will survive and be a second werewolf. You know. And they're talking about, yeah, get out and push, John, 100%. Shanth, you didn't tell me there was jump scares in this movie. I just got an ad, Kellogg cereal to be exact. That's terrifying. And the rules are you can't let people off the train, but of course, Mr. Smarmy's like, I'm in charge. Rules don't apply to me. And so, yeah, they want to get out of the train. And this is the thing, right? You were talking about would things have been better if he had been supervisor. And I would say the things would be better if he could stand up to these folks. And say, let's not get off the train. Yep. There can't be that much wilderness in the UK, but I am sure there is some. There's the sticks everywhere. But you never know. And apparently these little werewolves can do it in the city, right? American werewolf in London, so nowhere's safe. So they get out of the train, and there you go. And there's actually some really great shots that they do here. I'm not a massive fan of the Dutch angle shot, but it is what it is. Yeah, this crew has absolutely no chance, says Timmy Mello. You're absolutely right. That cracked me up, dude. That's hilarious. Nice. Man, there we go. Finally switching shots, yeah. Oh, those are city werewolves. They don't go into the country. No, you're right, John, they are. God, that guy is such a punk. Yeah, the older guy, the sleazy guy, 100% love this movie. Jeremy, it is a great one, is it not? It is fantastic, this flick. Hail, my brother, Jeremy Ice and Fire 33. It's great to see you, brother. Yeah, it's so good, and it's so nicely done, man. Lots of love coming in. Excellent, excellent. Getting all synced up now. Here we go. And of course, you know, they do the thing. Yeah, I hope he does too, but I don't know if we're going to be that lucky. Amen. Yeah. I mean, because, you know, it's this is the thing, right? The person, you got to be able to, I always talked about this. You'd see this a lot with teaching, where you'd see teachers who didn't know how to stand up to a blowhard student, and it would just, the whole, you know, classroom would collapse. You know, they just didn't have the toughness or whatever. And it's the same thing when you're in any profession. Anybody who is there, you're responsible for, and they don't get to dictate terms to you. That's the way it is. The rules are the rules, and you got to kind of uphold those. And he kind of allows himself to get kind of pushed by this other guy, and they leave there. You know, yeah, time for Girl Scout cookies, indeed. Yeah. And then they keep hearing a sound. I'm waiting for a, hey gang, let's split up line at this point. Yep. They're about that sharp. So they start hearing a sound. And, of course, Joe, our friend Joe, decides to go and check it out. Oh, dear. Just stay on the tracks. Can't do it. Yeah. Yes, I do. And Jeremy, I don't know if you own this on Blu-ray, but I actually, after this is done, assuming I've got the energy, which I think I may, I've got a bunch of stills from the bonus feature behind the scenes making of this flick. So make sure you stick around, because if you've never seen them before, they're outstanding. They got some really cool behind the scenes stuff, and I think at least two pieces of concept art and some storyboards as well. Yeah, so they find, they definitely find what's left of him. Yeah, don't stray, little sheep. Things ain't going well. And so now they are running like the Dickens. Yeah, man, you're going to love this stuff. And then they need the key to get in. Oh, man. And they get the door open, and here we go. Whew, guys. And look where we are. We're back where we should have stayed. And who's he waiting for? The sweet elderly couple. Yeah, back in your box. Back in your lunchbox is what it is. So he's waiting for the sweet elderly couple to come along. And yeah, the metaphorical box as well. And yo! And she is getting grabbed by the leg and yanked around, kids. Ooh. Yeah, and they get her in, but that ain't good. Yep. Oh, lordy, lordy. Yeah, amen, Timmy Mello. Zoinks. Looks like his entrails are hanging out, and that's how... Hey, howl I hear. Let's run away, cliche fashion. Amen. Yep. I mean, when you're hungry, you're hungry. Agreed. If he was here eating pizza, he wouldn't have had a problem. And oh, man. I don't know if any of you guys are squeamish around blood, but I've definitely been around a lot of people who just sort of swing into action when they see something like that. I'm definitely one of those. I don't pass out. I'm just like, we got to do something. Yep, if he sneezes, he shows he's only playing. That's right. Yeah, now everybody's kind of reduced to their core feature, right? This is the interesting thing that I've always found great about these movies, which is you see it in these movies where you know it's a disaster movie and you know it's a monster movie, but obviously the characters don't. And the silly little things people concern themselves with that get them into hotter and hotter water. It's crazy. It's like, why can't I have this thing? I want more. And then they end up losing what they had and more. And they go, oh, I wish I had just shut my mouth. I'm funny, I swing into action and the freak when safe. That's right. Lord. And now something is aware that they're there and trying to figure it out. Talk about a train wreck scenario. Amen. There is something outside. It's large and it's in charge, guys. And I gotta say, as silly and cliche as it is, you gotta love the scratching of the claws down the outside of the train. It's very Freddy Krueger to me, but it's great. Oh, got a crash mark. All right, brother. Sleep fast, sleep well, brother. And great job today. You worked hard, so sleep the rest and the sleep of the just, my friend. Clear conscience and get some rest. Take care. And thank you for being a channel member, brother. So here we go. So now they're aware there is something out there that does not like them very much, or it likes them a little too much, depending on how you see it. Oof. Yeah, very visceral. You're right, Jeremy. It is very visceral. Yeah, it gets it done. Yeah, God bless Mark, indeed. Yeah. I don't see. There you go. God bless you. Yeah, gotta love it, guys. Great groups of people here. Yeah, look at the subtle details. She's already a corpse, like pale complexion. And everybody's like, yeah, we gotta do something. We gotta call somebody. He's like, we tried that. They got a little bit of a problem. Yeah, it's merely a flesh wound. You ain't kidding, man. Whew. Yeah, they get it done in this flick. They really... werewolves are tricky, in movies, but I think it's certainly not impossible, And here you get one of my favorite characters in this flick. He's an engineering student. He knows a few things about building. He was going in town for a job interview. And he's like, I know what's going on with this train. I understand engines, at least. I'm not a train person. But he's like, there's no fuel pressure here. So I bet you we tore a fuel line. And if we could find it and patch it, we might be able to salvage this situation. And of course, yeah, skullduggery is afoot. That's what's happening there. You know what? I would totally agree. Yeah, this is almost as good as Dog Soldiers, and it is an underrated movie. No doubt. Yeah, and I would agree with that. That's about the first sense they've made. Now, granted, it's because of their nonsense they're in that situation, but she does need to get to a doctor. There's no getting around it, but... And then they're like, what was it, a wolf? And I'm like, don't you guys know you're in a horror movie? Come on now. Let's see here. If he's the Abraham Van Helsing of this film, we're all screwed. I mean, good grief. You're right. And you're right. On many levels, you're right, Timmy. And now she's talking. She's like, it wasn't an animal. It was like a man. Yeah, we do need Rocky. What's he doing? And now we're starting to hear some sounds. Some fun sounds. It's coming from inside the train. Yeah, this movie has good ideas like it has common sense, right? That's rough. And there's something coming from the bathroom. And again, he goes there with the fire extinguisher as a weapon. The other guy takes it out of his hand. Like, I've got this. Over and over. I agree. John, 100%. Send Mr. Tool in there. Head first, preferably. You know? Amen. Yeah, Jeremy. The tone and the aesthetic of this movie are incredible. And of course, there's our, there's the big guy. And he was just locked in the bathroom. Yep. Yeah, what's the fire extinguisher gonna do, soy boy? I love the fact that he never even went out. When they went out in the train, he was just in the bathroom. And then he's like, I can't believe you're telling me I've missed my stop. And so there's no signal on the cell phones. Yeah. He's like, I can't believe I missed my stop. Yeah. Yeah, he would have been the second kill after the conductor. 100%. We have a new contestant in this game, says Timmy Mello. That's right. We have a new appetizer / entree, depending on how you see it. And of course, nothing good's coming. The old lady is still in a lot of pain. Oh! That's a pretty terrible wound right there, kids. I don't advise it. Yeah, at least now there's a bigger target. Yeah, use him as a human shield if you have to. He's the one wandering off and using the bathroom that's supposed to be closed. I don't know why people don't listen. It's a great mystery. And then he's like, all right, we got to just stay calm, which is always difficult. And now, this is an interesting little scene because it's going to set up some... I mean, there's a lot of interesting scenes, but it's going to set up some relationships between these characters. And again, there's an economy of time, there's an economy of budget, there's not any big stars in this flick. I mean, when you've got the... he's a great actor. But when you've got the actor... This is 2015. You've got the actor from Dog Soldiers as your celebrity lift. You know, you're basically counting on werewolves in your ensemble cast. And that's what you've got going on here. And, of course, she goes to comfort the girl who's been all full of attitude and snark and, you know, disobedience and oppositional defiance disorder. She goes to comfort her, and you see that she's a kid. And that's the thing that's interesting, right, about this, which is you've got a character who is, and you see this with a lot of people who are just very outwardly obnoxious and refuse to do anything, and there you go. You know, it's like when things go, it's very weird to meet people who are bossy and disobedient. When a crisis hits, they're like, tell me what to do or comfort me. And you're kind of like, really? Is that what it is? But that's what it is with her. Yep, uppity got downy. Amen, John. Yeah, indeed, Timmy. And so now we got somebody rattling the door. Or something rattling the door. Those doors aren't easy to get open either. As you know, they take a key. When you have a choice between lean and gamey, soy or sluggish pork, I think the wolf will go for some swine first. I think that's possible. Timmy, you would know. You're the werewolf in the house. That's just between you and me. No one has to know. And yeah, so it's banging around, and all of a sudden, a phone starts ringing, which means somebody has got service. This is that was a great idea. And it's our little teenage girl we were just comforting. Goes figure, because she's on that phone all the time. And she's trying to talk to her mom, who she says never listens. And everybody's like trying to get in her face, going, come on, give me the phone. Tell me. And she backs to a window and she gets pulled out of that there window, cell phone and all. And the girl who was, or woman who was just talking to her is reaching, trying to get to her. But our little Indian friend's holding her back. And she might be okay, but the blood coming off of the roof and across the window. Yeah. There you go. Awesome one. Sorry to hear it, man. Yeah, poor girl. Yeah, she's done there. The Chat Ninja knows. Amen. Get out of that car. Yep, get out of that car, and they're making a scramble for it now. Yeah, that window's open. Get to the point, woman, says Timmy Mello. And then she keeps trying to go back to try to get the girl, and it's like... And she's like, why did you stop me? Well, I was trying to keep you alive, but I won't try so hard next time. John, she does. And she tells him, this poor Indian kid, it's your fault. It's like, look, no one really knows what to do in a werewolf situation. Granted, I think he could have maybe tried to grab her arm, but, you might end up with just the arm anyway. Odd situation. But, yeah. Yoink. Yep. Amen. Raphael, though, don't try to trick me. I'm not falling for your gaslighting. And I like this. The old man has a great monologue here. He goes, do you all want to die tonight? If you keep acting the way you're acting, that's what's going to happen. He goes, animals hunt what's easy to catch. And we're sitting ducks here. I love this guy. You don't really see a lot of wisdom. And he goes, let's try and make it a little bit harder for the bastard, shall we? I love this. We don't see this stuff in movies as much as we should. I'm not saying this is on that scale. I'm not saying it's on this scale as a movie. But people have to understand, I think, that we had seen adults as shades of gray, of no wisdom. The man was never trust anybody over 30. We've been in that for the last decade. How's that working out for us? Nobody knows more than you because you're young. And it was so powerful when Alec Guinness, a great actor, elder statesman, British actor, was cast in the part of Obi-Wan Kenobi. And he started sharing wisdom. The audience just leaned into it. Just leaned into his words of wisdom. And I love seeing older characters as being wise, as being noble, as being strong, regardless of how it goes. That's something that's been missing from movies for a long time. And it's not that it's non-existent. This is from 2015, but we could do with a little bit more of that. Yep. Yeah, gotta keep it together. Quack, quack. Yep, that's right. That's right. We gotta go back, throw the broad overboard, but lock the doors. That's right. Drunk, woke up. There you go. Yeah. Respect your elders. I like that they find a whole thing full of axes. Always good. Indeed, man. Oh, now they go for the hatchet, says Timmy Mello. Amen. Yeah, and they actually do the montage of let's barricade this stuff and not make it easy. That's the big part of it. Hang in there, awesome one. You'll catch us soon. And so everybody's chilling. Waiting to see what happens. Yeah, be a hard target indeed. Where's Jean-Claude when you need him? Born on the bayou. Oh, man. And then here's the older gentleman taking care of his ride or die, Jenny, who's sadly been bitten by a werewolf. There are better things that can happen. That's right, man. Yep. John, who says I'm trying to throw you off? Maybe I really don't know, or maybe you're right, I do. He'll never know. That's right. Fat guy's the werewolf, I bet. Awesome one, suspicious. And this part's beautiful. Great bit of writing here. She was so upset and concerned that she couldn't save the girl, the younger blonde woman, professional woman, not the one working on the train. And she's asked the girl you were so upset about, what was her name? And then she realizes she never got her name. And I know it's maybe it's a little bit hokey or whatever, you know, people might see it that way. But it is kind of interesting, and it's amazing what it's like when people, you know, are pass each other by and they don't really get to know each other and know each other's actual names. It's kind of wild. That's not lost on me, you know. Yeah, it is heartbreaking, John, and I'll tell you something. I think about this a lot, man. It's like when I'm putting together all of these boxes, man, and I was doing a bunch of them today, and you know, when we go down the names, it's like reading all these names and people. It's like, yeah, it's powerful, man. You get to know folks, you know, and you're mailing it to their house, man. It's like from our home to yours. I love that stuff. Think about what you think about's in the house. Hey, Shanth, my son was born yesterday. My God, congratulations. Outstanding. Think about what you think about. Congratulations. Welcome, welcome. Just wanted to stop by and say hi. Hello. God bless you, sir. God bless you and your family. God bless your baby boy. That is fantastic, my friend. As someone whose son is 18 years old and is, you know, going to be heading off to college soon, I can tell you it's an amazing journey. Don't miss a moment of it, and make sure that you're not always the one behind the camera and you get some pictures with you in it because that happens. God bless you, man. That's wonderful. And so here is the part right here. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I can't overstate. Yep. Think about what you think about. Congratulations. Congratulations, sir. 100%. Yeah, these people are so daft. Yeah, the werewolf could very well show in human clothing. Say, hello, fellow humans. That's right, still a werewolf. Yes, God bless. Think about what you think about, and congratulations to you and yours. That's wonderful. And so here's where our sleazy guy says, this is my home house, and this is my house in the country where I have affairs. It's like, this dude is oily, man. And he's like, and those two, I don't get those things mixed up because I keep my head together. And this is the part where... And guys, I've had this stuff happen to me, man, recently. You know, all the time people come up to you and go, hey, man, listen, we got to look out for each other. And they're trying to get you to do something stupid. And this guy sees that this young guy was vulnerable the first time. And by the way, he was the genius who got them off the train. And he said, you can stay with them, wait your turn to die, or we can ditch these folks and make a break for it and let them be the food. This dude's moral compass is busted. Hey, what's up? How to Draw Comics with Dan Lawless. Hi, Shanth, brother from another mother, and my man, Grosse Pointe Dank. We go way back to Grosse Pointe Woods, Michigan. It's great to see you, my brother, in art. And now we got a problem in this movie. Not Dan. He's gold, man. But now Jenny is coughing up teeth. And that's not good. Oh, yeah, he has no compass. Oh, boy. And hail Dan Lawless, says Timmy Mello. Amen. Everybody in the house respects Grosse Pointe Dank up in here. Yep. Singing girl is now a cookie snack. Yep. Oh, my God. And so, yeah, so the big guy decided he needed to go use the bathroom, so he left the car. God help us all. And he's like, he's already dead. Leave him there. And he's like, no, we're going to undo this. And I'm going to go get him because he's being responsible for one of the passengers. And the other guy's like, we're shutting this back up behind him while he's in there. Whoo-hoo. Yeah, I Timmy... Not even God knows what these guys are doing. Did you guys bring pizza? You got to order your own or have pasta. It's been a big pasta night. So yeah, here's our guy here. He's using, again, the out-of-order bathroom a second time. This guy's as sharp as a marble. Okay, one more, because I'm from the South. This guy's about as sharp as a sack of wet mice. And the door's jammed. He's trying to get him out the door. Whew. And now we're trapped in the bathroom because we can't follow. Yeah, this damn kid. Thank you. That's very New England of you, Jeremy. And I respect that. From Rhode Island to Massachusetts, baby. From Lovecraft Country to Northern Lovecraft Country. This damn kid. Yeah. And now, he's getting bashed about. And there goes the blood. And, yep. He is being devoured. Now, this is a question I have, man. Yeah, he's got skills. Yeah, he does have skills. Let me say this. This is a question, right? So now the werewolf is in the bathroom. Now, what I think would be great is if they trapped the werewolf somehow by the fact that he can't get that door figured out. But that's not what's going to happen. You've got a giant werewolf, and now the guy is trying to barricade Joe. Oh, he's trying to get off the train and not go and let Joe back in. What the hell? Yeah, convenient wall building kit. Agreed. And now he's realizing that Joe has the key. And Joe is realizing there's a werewolf in his car. And this is really cool because we're about to get our first glimpse of what the werewolves in this movie look like. And they're well done. You'd think so, right? Because the director's a special effects guy. But mercifully, they get Joe just in time. Yeah, what would contain it? John, not much. You're going to find out. So now they're trying to barricade that door back after they rescue Joe. Yeah, they do look great, don't they? Oh, wait till you see the concept art, brother. You're going to love it. And, of course, here's Johnny! It's working on the door a little bit, and he's trying to break the glass. Maybe we should ask the werewolf to do it. Brexit will contain it. One could hope. Why didn't they take the hatchets with them? I agree! And here we go, guys. Here it comes. And by the way, here's what I love. They got some giant folks in these werewolf costumes. So they are huge. Freaking brutal. I mean, and really crazy effects. And we're going to get a look at the face, I think, here in a second. I think I have a screen cap of it. And he just backhands her, the werewolf, and sends the other gal on the train just flying, man. And everybody's trying to take a hit at this thing, and they're doing okay. They're all beating it with various objects. You can't always keep a good werewolf down. Look at that werewolf face now that it's on frame. Look at that, man. Oh! Snap! Right into the eyes there. But he just one-armed picked up our little engineering friend. And, whew. Yeah, this is a serious werewolf. Yeah. And, of course, one of my favorite, because it's so ridiculous, right? All of a sudden, that scrawny Indian kid goes full Jack Nicholson in The Shining. Totally. I would love to see Pitt, definitely, in a movie like this. I mean, that guy, that was like this time that he tried his hardest, got an A-, and his dad just was like, not good enough. That's what came out of him. You know? It's rough to see. You know, you want to tell him everything's going to be okay, but, you know, don't let that kid have an axe. Yeah. Got him. Says Jeremy, you're right. Yeah. Werewolf, kick in the crotch will do. Wolfman's got nards, man. We know this. Release your inner savage. Yeah, he went a little, yeah. Like, I gotta be honest with you, and then now they're looking over what remains of the werewolf, and they're like, he used to be a man. He's like, yeah, he's part man, part wolf. And that's why you take an axe with you. He's like, why don't we say what we're all thinking? It's a werewolf. Yep. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Amen. Mr. Grady, aren't you the conductor here? You hacked up a werewolf with an axe. I don't think so, sir. You're a man now. Dry your tears and stand up proud. Timmy Mello would have said that if he was on the train. Timmy Mello never would have put his axe down, man. Timmy Mello would have been like, yeah, game recognizes game. Have an axe. I mean, my God, that's what Ash would do in Evil Dead. I think that's what it is. I think that Timmy Mello has an inner Ash from Evil Dead. That's what it is, you know? Chainsaw arm, grab an axe. It's a trick. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm taking the skull with me. That's going... Timmy Mello, if you go over to Timmy Mello's house, and I don't want to tell stories or tell tales out of school here, but Timmy Mello's house, just a wall of werewolf trophy heads. That's how he rolls. Yeah, drink its blood and become one of them. Awesome one's like, you know, if you can't beat him, join him. Yep. And now he's telling the werewolf lore of the area. Some people say... that's another reason you need the old guy, you know? It's like... Darth Vader, who was a pupil of mine until he turned to evil, helped the Empire hunt down and destroy the Jedi. He betrayed and murdered your father. That's basically what you're getting here. Same basic thing. And the werewolf still got a little bit of a shimmy and a shake going on. He's not great. And then he's like, yeah, we killed it. We're good. And now we get this shot. The werewolf is not totally dead, sits up, and lets out a howl and a bellow. And you got... look at that makeup job. Actually, it's makeup and CG right there. They had lights on it, which you learn in the special effects feature. And he... gotta love Joe. Joe just grabs that fire extinguisher and does what you gotta get done. He mashes some potatoes, man. That's what that is. That is something right there. Old man logic. Can't outrun them. Better make them want to keep me alive. Yeah, that's right. Agreed. And so now, once he smashes its head in and it lets out that howl, we get this shot of the woods, and then we see 3, and spoiler alert, female werewolves. And you start to see Jenny ain't looking quite right. And then he's like, she's one of them. Of course, our smarmy person. I love this dude. He's only got one tactic, and amen. Got him, Jeremy. Sure as heck did. Obi-Wan sure gave Luke a bunch of BS. That's right. He did. And then he's like telling her husband, she's got to go. She's going to turn into a werewolf. This guy's got one move. He's like, I'm going to bash her with a wrench. And then he's like, all right, I'm not going to do it. And then it's like, nah, I'm going to do it. And you got to imagine, like, you know, yeah, she's got sharp teeth. Yes, you've seen a werewolf and all that stuff, but she still looks a little bit like an old lady. And when a person's, like, grabs a wrench or tries to choke out an old lady, that's a different gear. And so finally, Joe punches him in the face, and then the poor lady is screaming, oh, where am I? Where am I? You know, it's rough, man. And she's turning, but they're like, we gotta tie this, you know, loose cannon that we've got on deck. Because he's trying to hit people with wrenches, and that ain't right. My wrenches would never do it. Yeah, the only one making any sense at the moment. Amen. Yeah, that's true. Oh, man. Yeah, fat dude is a snack. Yeah, I know. I was about to say, guys, look. I saw the werewolf, right? It's already eaten a train conductor, although we don't know if it had assistance from its lady wolves. But we know that the big guy was eaten by just the big male werewolf. So, how hungry can you really be? And of course, as our businesswoman with the sticky notes is tying him up, the sleazewad goes, "You've done this before, you dirty bitch." I'm like, oh man, come on now. Yeah, the fat dude is a snack for sure, man. There's no getting around it, man. Yep. He doesn't eat them, he only kills, that's right. Yeah, he hunts for sport, I guess. Yeah. Mr. Tool is now bait. Yeah. Yeah, and now he's mocking the young blonde kid for being saying he could help, thinks he might be able to help fix the train because he was in town for an engineering program, and that's why he was out. And so now he's looking at the controls of the train here and explaining it to these guys, and he's like, "Look, we probably have a ruptured fuel line. If I can get the fuel line connected when you guys are up here, you need to do this, 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 and this, and to get us moving." So now you've got somebody who's making some serious sense. And he's willing to go out there and risk himself to do it, which, respect to him, man. And again, it's great. You know, it's got this great claustrophobic location, you know? It's got this great, you know, claustrophobic set. You're on the train, you know? It's I love that. It was a smart decision what they did with this flick. Really smart decision. Yep. And then I like it that, you know, the gal who's doing the snack cart and all of that stuff, you know, says you should say something, and he gets to say something. You know, he's like going, "Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to, this is your guard speaking," he says. I love it. So now he's stepping into that role. He's got it down, man. I like seeing stuff like this, man. It's great stuff. Nice little moment. Nicely done. Right on. Yeah, Jenny is well on her way. Ain't no getting around it. He says, "We're going to get out of here, all of us." Wish I could believe you, kid. And then he says, "Next stop." Beautifully done. And then Mr. Indian Hatchet Man with blood all over his face, he's like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like going, "I think so, but you should be careful when you're out there with him. Keep one eye open. That dude might come over and kill you with the axe." Yep, they say that public speaking is the greatest fear people have. Well, yeah. Whenever that YouTube like countdown happens, you know I have that. It's like totally true. Yep. Only women survive horror movies. Yep. It's one of those things. So here you go. So now we've got our kid here who's going out, and I think his name is Michael, Indian kid, and he's walking down the tracks here with his friend. I forget what the other dude's name is. It was something. Gosh, what was his name? Shoot. But yeah, the young kid who's the engineering student, and it's basically he's got one job. He's got an axe, he's got a flashlight, and he's there to assist with the tools and watch his back while he's trying to find the ruptured fuel line so they can repair it. And there you go. And here, this is the most insane part of this movie. This is the most brutal part of this flick, is this conversation. So now she reveals that she knew this guy that's tied up and that he was hitting on her and checking her out and had his wedding ring off. And he said, I want to do a private interview with you. And he's like, oh yeah. So you learn this guy's modus operandi. Yeah, they should listen to the soundtrack. Whew, it's rough. You got it, man. Basically gives a monologue that I think is not the kind of thing you hear in movies very often, even from a villain. It's kind of like a third rail kind of conversation. And what's interesting is that she has total contempt for him, and you'll find deservedly so. But this is one of the core issues that you're running into here, which is these guys all count on each other, or they kind of have to. It's a mess of a situation. We're in a life or death situation, but please, let's bring up the past. You've got it, Timmy Mello. 100%. Dang. And so finally, Joe's love interest, or at least the one he's interested in, she's like, why did you want the supervisor position anyway? He goes, I wanted to change something. And of course, she gives the classic, it's what you do that matters. It's not the name on your name badge. But, you know, salary can affect that too. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Yep. Basic anime trope, have a 30-minute dialogue as the enemy waits for you to finish talking. That's right. So finally, our intrepid and freaking brave and smart dude finds the leak and has some tape to seal it. He's actually making stuff happen, bless him. And there he goes. Because we all know duct tape or Gorilla Tape can fix anything. You can put a bumper back on your car. All he's got to do is seal that leak with some tape and repair that line, and they could be back in business. And I love this guy, man. He's like, sorry about before with the axe. I don't know what came over me. And it's kind of like, oh, dude, we all saw it. You can't take that back. All right? We know. We know what you're about. Bait wire, or bail wire, sorry, bailing wire. That's right. And not bait wire, bail wire and duct tape, as the saying goes. Yep. That's one of my favorite lines from the Rocketeer movie when he goes, this thing's held together with spit and bailing wire. There you go. And he's like, wait a second, I hear something. Why? That's almost practically out of the movie Scream, which you have to imagine exists in this world that they're in, where he goes, why don't you just go and investigate a strange noise or something? So he hears the sound of a girl saying, help me, help me. And he walks off because he thinks it's the girl he didn't help get pulled in the train. I mean, for the love. And then you hear her voice again. It must be her. Dude. Nah, son. Don't do it. Gosh, great lighting in this, though. They did a good job. Very underrated film. Great cast, too. Oof. For the Love of Tacos is right awesome one. And he's like, about before. It happened so fast. I'm sorry about before where I didn't help pull you in the train and go to the window where there was a massive, polar bear-sized werewolf. My God. And guys, look at that composition. So beautiful, man. You've got the contrast of the flashlight, and then you got the trees behind him. Look at that, how good that is. And now, of course, he hears her, and a little more gurgly. Looks up to the tree. Ugh. And she is being eaten alive up in a tree by a female werewolf. Asta la pasta, kids. Oh! And now, many a werewolf are jumping down from trees. All of our ladies are lady werewolves. And he's surrounded. Swinging his axe, like some kid at the carnival with one of those strength hammers. It ain't going so well. And that's all she wrote. Yep. Basta pasta. Amen. And now they hear the sound of a howling werewolf. And Jenny sure has an interesting reaction. Take a look at those eyes. I love those glowing eyes. Gigavox, what's up? Oh, it's so good. Welcome, channel member Gigavox. It's great to see you. It is good. It is a good, solid werewolf movie. And so, yeah, now you've got Jenny changing, and it ain't looking good. Yeah, Thriller werewolves just got to dance. I agree. And by the way, that werecat that Rick Baker designed is still one of my favorites. I'd love to have, if there was an affordable statue of figure of it, I'd love it, man. Army of Darkness, serenaded by howls. Indeed, indeed. John Aloha. And look at this kid. He's undaunted. This guy is underneath the train trying to fix those fuel lines. His friend Michael, who went into the woods with an axe, got his axe kicked, and he's done and dusted. And now you've got these great looks at the werewolf legs from the knees down as these things walk by. And I love this shot because it's his view looking out from under the train and seeing these werewolf legs. It's like, oh, man, get out of there. Get out of there, kid. Oh, man. So now he's stuck under the train. And they're looking under it. They're like, I smell something. And he has pulled himself up under the under the train. Oh, man. That's not a good place to be. Oh. Yeah, those glowing eyes are the chef's kiss. And it's interesting. I'm actually doing a sketch for page 2 of Nosfero 2 right now. In addition to a bunch of... And look at that. She appears in front of the train and she's this giant werewolf and they can't get the train started. But now they've got power. And I just dropped in some white highlights for the eyes because it's what it is, I love that. The glowing eyes are everything. And now the train's moving and she's like, we're going to be okay. And the guy who's done all the work, meanwhile, trapped under the train as it rolls. He's holding himself. And now Jenny has gone full werewolf. Yep. And now he's tied up next to her. And by the way, I love this. She breaks her restraints, no problem. And then she goes and she unties Monsignor Smarm Factory. And boy, Jenny just smacks him. And of course, our businesswoman with the Post-it notes who has history with this dude, she's got the wrench. She doesn't know what to do. She panics. Yeah, full Jenny. Jenny! And she's backed up against the door of a train. And here you go, guys. Worst character moment ever. Doors open, werewolf grabs her. She reaches out with the wrench so he can pull her back in. And he boots her out the door as the train pulls away. And this is some pathetically sad death right here. And, oh, that face. Look at that train. Please don't kill me. And it don't matter. And there you go, kids. I want to point this out, man. She's a werewolf. She gets hit by a wrench, and he's still knocking out suckers for touching his girl. Respect, because you see, guys, true love is something that can overcome anything. Well, okay, maybe true love can overcome lycanthropy. Because she just made a mess of her one and only. But look, his heart was in the right place. Now it's everywhere. So, what are you going to do? You know? Yeah, she does. Jenny likes it too much. That's right. You're killing me, yeah. Oh, and now, of course, this guy who's hanging under the train, he grabs the fuel line and it breaks. Yep. Yo, this is messed up. Rocky Ballesteros comes on the scene. Yo! Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm just saying, if your girl turns into a werewolf, you may have to do some rethinking. You know? So, yeah, so now they're running. The train is stopped because the fuel lines are tore, and the werewolves are catching up to the train. All of these people! Ugh! Timmy Mello is like, I would not do this. Now, Jenny is coming for, this dork. But unfortunately, she loses a javelin contest to Joe, and I don't know what the incentive was there. Yeah, she's a werewolf, that's right. Yo, Rocky's his comrade Sammy. That's right. And then he goes, better late than never, when they rescue him. What a tool! And he's like, you've finally grown a pair, and this is the best part. And they're like, where's Kate? The woman who we just booted off the train. And he goes, she'd still be alive if you hadn't tied me up. I want you to think about that for a second. She'd still be alive if you hadn't kicked her out the door. That is what a piece of garbage he is, man. Sean, the time code was a bit behind. Yeah, it is. But I figured out where you were with your commentary. Thank you. Yeah, that's what we do here. Yep. Yeah, I know. I love that. It's like a murderer telling you, it's your fault that I murdered her. It's horrendous. So now they're thinking about getting themselves off of this here train. What's up? It's Courtney's Fellowship of Oddballs. Much love. It's great to see you. And thank you for dropping in and saying hello. God bless you. It's great to see you. Oh, and when will we be getting Nosfero? I am dying to read it soon. I'm packing up. I packed up a bunch more boxes and many more trips to go. It will be soon, my friend. Yep. And so now, this guy has decided that the only way for him to live is for somebody to stay behind and get eaten so he can get away. So he is now attacking Joe. And now he's attacking her. Ooh. John's saying, take care. Yep. I picked the wrong time to join in and be behind. Yeah, it's intense, dude. And so now this guy, this oily dude, is like, you think you're in control? You think you're up to the challenge? And he starts barricading them on the other side of him. Yeah, she went chat ninja on him. Yeah, that's right. And now the lady werewolves are coming in, and he sees the key to the door, opens the door, and then takes the keys with him and locks them in there so they will be trapped snacks for the werewolves. What a total tool. And here come the lady werewolves. And they are surrounded when... Who comes to the rescue? Legend. Our friend the engineer, who apparently specializes in Molotov cocktails, and he has a wrench with fabric around it on fire. Legend. And then he hands them a crowbar and goes, get this door. He's about the most useful character in this flick. Now they jump out. He's holding at bay, but he gets grabbed. Yep. Soibraham Van Helsing for the save. Yeah. Timmy Mello killing me, man. And this is the thing that bothered me about this flick, right? I didn't understand that character. Now, that's a real mod wrench. A flaming mod wrench. That's right. Barbecue time. Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. I felt like that character should have lived. Because I was like, he's a useful one. But not how it works. So now they're on the run from the she-wolves, the she-devils. And running through the woods. Gigaflux, you know it's true. You know it's true. And then they're like, there's the road, we can make it. And barbecue wrench. It's been said. You know it, John. And then, of course, you have that moment in these movies. Passionate kiss. Well, not with the way she runs, man. Passionate kiss. And then, of course, it's like Harry and the Hendersons, and you see the werewolves popping up behind him. Yeah, the engineer is, he got pulled back onto the train and eaten on fire. And he's like, run! And there's that's a sad face right there. She doesn't look like she might be up to the task. Yeah, that's the power of a moderator when you ban a troll. That's right, dude. And so here you go, kids. By the way, I want you to take a look at her run right here. Ain't no way she should be the one trying to escape the werewolves. Listen, I've heard some things said about the way women run, and those aren't always true, man. Come on now. But that is how she is running. That's not an Olympic-style runner there. That's a, freaking Little House on the Prairie running through a field of dandelions run. And that shit ain't gonna cut it. Yep, this actor was in Downton Abbey. Yep. And last week's Frankenstein had another actor from it. Yeah, those werewolves don't run well either. Yeah, I know. I hear you. Oh! Man! This is getting down and dirty. She runs better than me, says Dan Lawless. Oh, Dan, you killed me, brother. Much love. And, of course, yeah, I mean, he's getting pummeled. Goes for a stab. Yowza. And unfortunately for Joe, she gives him a kiss to the neck, but with teeth. Yeah, why aren't they going after the sucky running girl, says Rocky Ballesteros, instead of Downton Dude with a knife? I agree. And so now, look, everybody's had this day at the office, and one of my favorite shots in the flick, it's basically like looking at a kindergarten teacher coming home from work. Yeah, a little jugular kiss. What's wrong with that? She's coming home from kindergarten. She's got all manner of God knows what all over her. Yeah, those Wolf FX are pretty darn good. And then she is holding with her Joe's badge, which he gave her as a keepsake. And yeah, they are, man. Those leg FX were really good on this. So now we've got, Captain Douche Canoe walking through the woods. And, I've made it. I'm on my way home. Harmonic. Yeah, that's right, man. Where is it? Give it to me. There it is. And so, and then he sees Joe's jacket. Oof. And he's like, I love this. He's like, Joe, where are you, mate? Like, we're going to be friends now. This oily dude, I just tried to kill you for the 50th time, and now we're going to be friends. You got to love it. Yep, this is how it feels to pick up third shift at work. And now we get to see our new and improved Joe. So apparently, he wasn't eaten. He is the new alpha, kids. There we go. There we go, guys. You guys have survived Howl. You have survived the movie Howl, a great werewolf flick, an underrated werewolf flick, and one that I love because the ending is this guy finds his true calling. He is the he is now the head of this pack. That is the way it goes. And so, because you guys have stuck around, and I hope that Jeremy is still in the house, and if he's not, he can catch this later. But I'm going to show you guys something that you can only see if you own the Blu-ray of this. So I ordered the Blu-ray of this. I don't know if it was a UK-only edition of it or what, but I ordered it, I think, from overseas. And it had just a pretty nice 30-minute documentary bonus features, because as you know, with low-budget movies, you don't always have the opportunity to do that kind of thing. So let's take a look at some of those bonus features. Now, I made a little video here so I could pause it as we go of the bonus features, but I want to show you guys some of this stuff because this is stuff you're not going to see other places, but you are going to see it here on Shanthan Jetty Art with me, Shanthan Jetty, here where we hang out at Pizza Live, and chill, man. And that's what it's about. Yep. The Parks Department would like to add a disclaimer that most hikes in the woods do not end in bloody horror. Amen. Yeah, but wouldn't Oily become the alpha after? Yeah, you'd think so. Good film. All right, Jeremy, here you go. Here we go. Let's take a walk down behind-the-scenes lane, guys. I spent a lot of time getting together these screen caps, obviously, and, you know, getting all this time coded out as best as I could. It's always a little bit off. But here you go. Behind the scenes. So here's our director, Paul Hyatt, and here is one of our first pieces of concept art for the film. I don't think you can see the concept art for this flick anywhere. And there's a couple of pieces that are on the DVD. There's not a making of book. But the director that you just saw before here, this gentleman right here, is the guy who did the special effects and creature effects for Dog Soldiers. So if you're wondering why, yeah, it does. It definitely has some junk in the trunk. If you're wondering why the werewolves look so good and why it comes together so well, that's why. And so we'll continue on and take a look at another piece of the male werewolf breaking onto the train. So this is some of the concept art that was used to pitch it. You know, yeah, bet she was a gymnast. Indeed. There's no getting around. Call her ma'am. I thought something similar. That's hilarious. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, she was a gymnast. Yeah. Yeah, nice. They definitely have a Dog Soldier vibe. Yeah, they've got the lankiness, and then they got this kind of shoulder muscle and jaw muscle. This is a what not to do when in a werewolf attack safety video, and oh boy, were there a lot of violations and film to break down. You aren't kidding. It's absolutely true. John, yeah, man. Oh my Lord. So yeah, so this is some of the stuff, and what's really great about this is that you get to see the writing team. These are the two guys who wrote it, and what I did enjoy is that one of the writers is wearing a Slaughtered Lamb t-shirt. So a little nod to American Werewolf in London, of course, a classic. Yeah, everyone does get an F in this. Yeah, and an F in the chat, and the F for all the characters. They're done. Yeah. And so, you know, you get these guys, and then here's a look at the storyboards of how they piece this thing out. And I really enjoy, you know, seeing some of this behind the scenes stuff where they're kind of like figuring out the camera shots, because they have a very tight, you know, sort of environment to be working in. And look at the level of quality in these too. I mean, they really had thought out what they wanted things to look like. I think you see that with a lot of directors that are, you know, work in special effects, work in the visual arts, because they're probably thinking in those terms. But yeah, guys, if you don't have the Blu-ray for this, that's really the only way where you can see these. Yeah. Yeah, the panel thumbnails, aren't those great? Yeah, I think that there's a lot of great artwork out there that we don't see because it's behind the scenes stuff, but this stuff is brilliant, and I wanted to make sure that to the extent I could, like I put all these labels over them and things like that, and wanted to put them out there in at least some kind of, some kind of way that would be, easy for people to see them and find them online. But look at this stuff, guys. I mean, come on now. And then here you go, guys. This is the real work. So I'm sorry to, if I've disappointed any of you, but actually I'm gonna make myself a little bit smaller there. There we go. Micro in frame here. Or actually, maybe I'll move myself. Can I do that? Oh, it's locked in. All right. Well, that's fine. We'll scale it down a little bit. But these are two giant. I think they're twins. They look like guys who are playing some of those werewolves. But yeah, looks like Zade Studios work. There you go. And so yeah, look at this process of putting these guys together. Smaller, Sean, smaller. That's right. Yeah, no. Oh my Lord. Look at this stuff, guys. Now this is grueling. I mean, this work in terms of applying the makeup all day, this is some serious work, but just being in that chair, man, these are tall guys because they had to be for this flick. And when you're tall and you're in a small chair all day, I don't know. Yeah, brother, I know you do. And I wanted to say this as well, because I think a lot of artists are like this, that a lot of us who are comic book people and love comics also are fans of makeup effects and special makeup effects. It was big in the 80s. With the making of Thriller and all of that stuff, and Rick Baker's work there. Yeah, 8 hours of makeup for a 2-hour shoot. You ain't kidding, man. And we're going to see some great behind-the-scenes stuff here. So here they are putting on the body suits that they had to wear. So they had, they basically had the black sort of bodysuit underneath, and then they slide these over, which probably speeds up the process just a little bit, but it's still for the faces, and you can see them in varying stages of getting dressed, getting their suits on, getting their hands put on, then more touch-up. I mean, this is hours and hours of work. And they have Matthew, sorry, it wasn't Michael, it was Matthew was the name of that actor, or that character that he was playing. And then take a look at this stuff, guys. Now, I wanted to show you guys this because this was something I didn't know. So, they did a digital face replacement. Yep, Lady Survives is awesome one. I know it, brother. They did a digital replacement on the mask. The problem is so much of this was filmed in the dark. So they actually have lights on the face of the big male werewolf so that they could motion track in the dark, which I thought was cool. I don't think I've seen that before. It's something else. And so there's another look at it for those of you guys who missed it on the last shot. Do you see those lights coming out of the face? Those are all there to help them track the CG they're going to put over. Although I got to be honest with you, the prosthetics are not bad. I mean, they must have been great for lighting reference for the 3D team, just to kind of give a little bit of digital makeup on there. But it's, I mean, heck, I was impressed by this stuff. And I wouldn't have seen this if I hadn't gotten the Blu-ray. So there's another shot of him where he's about to pick up the kid. And you can see he's got cables hooked into his sweatshirt so we can do the one-armed body lift of the male werewolf. It's just crazy. Yeah, it definitely added to the gruesomeness of the eyes. I have to say, I did like that casual set photo right there of him waiting for the next shot. And guy in werewolf suit there. Yeah, definitely added to the gruesomeness with the glow in their eyes. I agree 100%. Yeah, that was the most terrifying aspect of the makeup. Agreed. Yeah, I love that. I love the glowing eyes. And so, yeah, there's the actor who plays Joe. And then there's, gosh, that must be such a relief to get out of when they pull the face mask down and you can actually breathe air. I mean, they've got the fans, but you're a big dude in one of those suits running around and you can't see anything. I mean, oh, that's got to be a relief to get out of that dang thing. Yep. Digital leg replacement for the legs. That is why they worked so well. And this is all the stuff for me as a movie fan, as a movie fanatic, I'm always loving to see. And you're going to see some cool stuff here that I guarantee you're not going to see anywhere except for on the Blu-ray, because I went through and screen capped all of this stuff. And so, of course, there's the actor, Holly Weston, who plays Ellen. Lovely actress. She did a great job, I thought, in this flick. And everybody did. I mean, there weren't any huge actors in this, of course. She was fantastic. She was obnoxious, and that was her character. She did a great job. And apparently she scares very easily. Yeah, there you go. And her name is Rosie Day, which is the kind of actor name you usually see in different lines of work, dare I say. Yeah. I'd be a natural as a werewolf, says Dan. We know you are, man. You're a wolf. That's the way it is. Yep. At least the train guy got a woman, now 3 werewomen. That's right. He's still, you see, always look at the glass half full. You know what I'm saying? Always look at the glass half full. Yeah, Dan would draw all his victims. And I love this shot. This is her getting prepared to be ripped out of the window, and they've got her on cables, and you've got your spotting team, your makeup team. You know, yeah, Dan would absolutely draw all his victims. That's right. 100% awesome one. And so, yeah, and then I loved this. So this is her, and you can't really see as much of the special effects, but this is her being ripped to pieces, posing with the giant actor who plays the female giant. He played both the male giant werewolf and the female giant werewolf. So, and with his green screen socks on, and they're posing for a cute picture, which, of course, always cracks me up in these behind the scenes. And this scared the heck out of me, this behind the scenes photo. This is the actress showing off her werewolf transformation fangs, and she just looks into the camera and does this for a few minutes in this behind-the-scenes feature. And that'll wake you up in the morning. Jenny! Says John. Yeah, ain't no kidding. Jenny's a bit terrifying in this pic. And I love that when we move on, there's Jenny. There's the actress. She's like, and so I actually have quite a bit of fun playing Jenny. And you're like, somebody watch her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jenny is having too much fun. Yeah, me with my murderer. That's right. Yeah, how did she not bite her own lips? We don't know that she didn't. And that's a big thing with those prosthetic teeth, man. You can tear yourself up if you miss. Same thing goes with the prosthetic claws. They made some for the Wolfman with Benicio del Toro, and they were so sharp, people were wounding themselves with them, and they had to dull them down. It's crazy what they can do now with the plastics and things like that. Yeah. She's definitely not a vegan. Yeah. Definitely not a vegan. And so here we go. Here is the film editor. I thought there was fantastic editing in this. I think she did a great job with it. And I'm not even going to remotely attempt to pronounce her first or last name, even though I did go to a school called the University of Liggett School, but I'm pretty sure we were pronouncing it wrong. Up in for a couple of years when I was up in Grosse Pointe Woods, Michigan, up in Detroit. So there you go. Yeah, her with the crimson blood mask was a lasting impression. Yes, it was. Amen. Amen. Well, Joe did finally get out of his box. He sure did. And so here we go. And we got to give our hats off to this gentleman. He did a great job in his role. You know, Elliot, I guess it's Cowan, or Cowan, I don't know. I think it's Cowan. Playing Adrian. He did a great job as the character you love to hate and really makes you hate it by the end of it. Amen. Amen. And so here we go. And there, of course, is the great Shauna McDonald, who did great as Kate, particularly in that last scene. She really made it happen. The kind of pathetic terror of being kicked off the train. She sold it big time. Yeah, a.k.a. Mr. Tool, says John. Amen. Amen. But yeah, I think Shauna McDonald walked a really interesting line, you know, between being how her character described herself as a regular see you next Tuesday, but then at the same time being someone you have some empathy for because nobody wants to be in this situation. I would say the character of Adrian was the only person you had no sympathy for, you know. And so yeah, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yep. There you go. That sounds good right now. There you go. So here we are. Let's see who else we got here. Yep, and there she is on set between takes, and you can see the people getting them ready. And then here's the actor, Sam Gittins, who plays Billy, R.I.P. Billy. And there he is. And look, guys, there's the under the train sequence. There's your green screen for the train moving. And this has got to be one of the most incredible aspects of this. This entire movie, with the exception of a few exteriors, was a train set indoors with a little bit of woods off to the side. So they built this entire train set on a sound stage. And that's what we had. The whole time, this thing never moved. All of that stuff was CG, everything except for the train station. And so it was all filmed on a set. It was one half of a train with trees. And that is some damn good set design and really cost effective because you can control the night, the daytime. You can film night during the day, which is great for an actor who doesn't want to do, filming nights, and for a crew that doesn't want to film nights, or they could film nights if they wanted to. Yeah, they do so good with the set design there. Yeah, they did. It's freaking fantastic. And I'm going to show you guys more because their talk right here with the producers. Martin, I guess it's, is it Gentles or I don't know how to pronounce that. And then Ed King, I think it's Gentles, right? They're both the producers of this, and they talked about building that set. And this was the thing that staggered me that they showed on these bonus features, guys. Look at that. This is the set design. These are the architectural renderings for how they were going to build the set. These are the kinds of things you hope that they're going to show you in behind the scenes, material, that you're going to get a chance to see, the layout of the set design and how they put this thing together. But my God, take a look at this. Isn't that cool? I don't know. I'm blown away by this kind of thing. I'm a big time film nerd. So getting to see, all the different views and how they put this thing together was absolutely fantastic, man. I love seeing that stuff. Yes, I'm also a train nerd. That's actually true. I am a train nerd. Absolutely, man. And so, yeah, this movie definitely hit all the right notes for me, man. Yeah, that is cool. CAD drawings, a.k.a. blueprints, right? Guys, CAD is one of the most important things that you can know in this day and age of actually making things 3D and putting things out there, man. That's some beautiful work there. Fantastic work. I love seeing it, man. I love seeing this kind of stuff. I live 5 minutes from a train museum. Get out of town, Diesel. Diesel, I thought you were good people for a reason outside of the other reasons, man. And that right there is one of those big reasons. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. Yeah, we have a couple of those kinds of museums up here, but I'd really like to go again, man. Oh, they have a Polar Express. That's right. Yeah, we had a place called Edaville Railroad here that has trains, and then there's another place up near, I think, Connecticut, in the Berkshires area. That's great, man. That's outright. That's right, man. Fair dinkum. There you go. Yeah, that'd make a great framed piece. Yeah, it would, man. That's a hell of a drawing. I'm sure somebody has that scanned in or printed out somewhere. Oh, yeah. Polar Express. Kids love that stuff. I told my kids, I even made a Photoshop piece of me working on the Polar Express. I convinced them that I worked on the Polar Express when they were little-uns, and they loved that. But great movie. Actually, the guy who wrote and illustrated that book went to the same college I went to. And I got to see him talk a few times. I think he's doing okay now with that Polar Express money, let me tell you. But trains are great locations, man. They're great for action set pieces. They're great for claustrophobia. You can do so much stuff incredibly well on a train. Even North by Northwest by Alfred Hitchcock had some great train sequences. And of course, Murder on the Orient Express. So you can use them for so many different things. Although I don't want to draw or paint them because that's a lot of work. So here you go, guys. Here's the set in progress. It's hard to imagine that this was on a soundstage, but it all was. And, you knew that it was obviously, it wasn't like there was some train in motion for all of that stuff or anything like that. But I was shocked that they just built it inside of a soundstage and you just had a little bit of woods and they made the rest happen with green screen. I thought that was pretty dang impressive, Oh my gosh, here you go, man. They are breaking ground this year on the Los Angeles to Las Vegas high-speed train. Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, it's interesting. I went overseas. As a kid, we were going to see some family in Austria and family over there. And I got really used to traveling and riding trains. I love trains. And, of course, trains are all over India. So when we'd go see, after we saw the family in Austria, we'd go see the family in India. And it was the same thing, man. Gotta love it, man. Have you seen Snowpiercer? I've seen parts of it. I haven't seen the whole thing. But yeah, I'm into trains. That's for sure, man. I love me some trains. It's good stuff. Yeah, I gotta check that out, man. I heard it was pretty good. I heard good things about it. So yeah, guys, this right here, this is what it's about. This is what we're doing, when we're putting this stuff together. We're making great work and we're putting all of the stuff that we need to put into it. And so that's been a huge part of the stuff that I'm doing right now, you know, at Shanth Jetty Art. I mean, we talk about things like layouts, design, and you know, breaking ground on you know, various things and stuff like that. And one of the things that I've been working on, let me see if I can make this happen here. Hang on a second. Hang on. Let's see if I can switch cams here. Let's see here. Can I get to Razor Kaio 2? There you go. So one of the things I have been working on this week has been page 1 and starting into page 2 of Nosfero the Crypt Walker. And I'm shipping out more and more books. We're getting into even more of a groove. But this right here, this panel and this panel, it's going to be adjusted a little bit. These are the layout sketches for the first, right there, the first page of Nosfero 2, which is Laurel having a dream or a vision and seeing into this world and seeing this villain. And this is these are glimpses of the design for page 2. Dude, listen. I do what it says on the tin. You know what I'm saying? John, I'm telling you, it's all about mystery, danger, and sexiness. And I'm like, page 1, you're getting Lovecraft, you're getting heroism with an introduction to a new character, monsters, and then you are getting, of course, the figure. That's how it has to go. That is how I paint. That's how I work, because I want to do full-blown pulp. That's what I want to do. I want to do work that is going to, you know, it's like when I'm doing the books, you guys know where this stuff goes. You know where this stuff goes. But it's the same thing as I ship off all these head sketches going out to their new owners. When you back me and you get in early on these campaigns and you back these campaigns, yeah, I'm a one-man show, guys, to set up this stream, to set up this channel, to make sure I'm keeping content coming out, all of that stuff. And the shipping and the making artwork and the writing and working on Spring Ball, working on this, like it's all one dude. My wife always says to me, she's like, you know, do they know? And I'm like, they know, but it's they know that it's you know, my fans know what I'm doing all day and how it goes. But that's the biggest thing. Yeah, 5 gram. It was, I think it was 7 gram if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that was what it was. Well, because you know, I did a song not long ago, and I wish I could track it down, but I did a song for Jeremy way back when. I wonder where the heck that is, actually. Oh, where is it? Oh, what was it called? What did I call that song? I don't think I can find. Okay, can I find it? Maybe I can find it. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can make this happen. Hang on a second here. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this happen, but let me just see here. Okay, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to pause this, and let me see if I can switch camera here. Let's see what this does. Desktop. Open. Here we go. Let's see if this works here. I don't know if oh, wait, hold on a second. Pause. Oh, I can't. Can I not get audio in this? Oh, that's annoying. Ah. I wish I could figure out how to get the audio on this. That is a pain. Let me see. Preferences. Audio. Oh, I know what it is. Ah, that's really funny. Hang on a second. Movie. It's on mute. Now it should work. Here you go, guys. Let me know if you can hear this.
World and caught on the street.
What is up, everybody? I'm really looking forward to
Banging 7 gram rocks. World and caught on the street. Banging 7 gram rocks. That's how I roll.
I'm really looking forward to
Banging 7 gram rocks.
Yeah, that's going back. That's going back to the beginning of the crack pack. What is up, everybody?
Banging 7 gram rocks.
I am all caught up just about. I'm out here every day. It is thick and it is wild.
World and caught on the street. banging 7-gram rocks. We're holding court on the street.
We're holding court on the street. Shout out to my brother, Jeremy Ice and Fire. That is how it goes, man. So yeah, so we're having fun and we're holding court on the street. And that's how it always has been. So yeah, guys, so this is the stuff that we're doing, and this is the work that we've been doing here. And just trying to make sure that we've got this thing. You know, I was saying to my brother the other day, I go, you know, man, or actually not even the other day, I said this to him a while back. I go, dude, my whole attitude about what I do and what my work is about is I try to draw, I try to do my paintings and make my books like I'm decorating for Halloween or making a haunted house. Like, I want it to be fun, visually a thrill ride with a little bit of, you know, sexiness, and then of course the drama and you know, the deeper aspects of my story. But visually, that's why I like monster movies. That's why I like all that stuff. And that's the fun aspect of it. That's what I love about being, you know, in Comicsgate. That's what I love about what we're doing in the Iron Age. And, you know, I've been watching a lot of stuff of people making, you know, outside of even comics, like, you know, writers who are crowdfunding, folks like Razorfist, who's also obviously doing comics, but then people doing, you know, role-playing games, and just there's this energy right now in this space. And sure, it's frustrating when you see them erase like 40 views from a YouTube video, which is why I say, guys, just open up one of my videos every now and again and let it play. Let it play if you've missed a video in another window, for God's sake, because we got to do something to stop this stuff, because it's really frustrating to get throttled. But the cool thing is that, you know, as we're doing this stuff and as we're making the work happen, we're moving the needle, we're putting good stuff out there. And what I find is that the more of this stuff we do, the more that we're growing what we're doing here, and we're things are becoming bigger and better. And I'm looking forward to the Second Chance campaign for Nosfero once I finish shipping this stuff out. And then we're going to be talking about, you know, gosh, after that, it's going to be Second Chance on Nosfero, and the art-only version of the book is going to be available on that campaign. And, of course, some first printings are going to be substantially marked up. You guys who back those first printings right out the gates, you guys are getting them for the best price possible. And so that's what's going to happen. Yeah, Good Friday in 1 hour. Wishing everybody it's a Good Friday here already, so I'm wishing all of you a wonderful and blessed Good Friday, guys. But yeah, guys, we got big things happening. Very cool things happening. And you can start to see it in these layout sketches that are there for Nosfero. But the same elements in book one, the elements of, yes, there's evil, there's monsters, there's danger, there's sexiness, but those aspects of faith and all of that are just going to deepen, because for me, the good has to be able to go toe-to-toe with the evil in this world, or it's not a good adventure story. And we're going to be introduced to some really cool characters, guys. I cannot wait to tell you guys more about it. So yeah, so if you like that kind of fantasy, you know, pulp sort of stuff that we do here, that lurid grandeur, as I like to call it, stay tuned. Jonathan Jetty Art, we're going to be making more of this stuff happen, guys. So thank you guys so much for hanging out again for episode 3, everybody. Episode 3 of Pizza Live. And my brother, Grosse Point Dank, I could not say it any better than what you've put in the chat, man. You know, it's like create from the heart and soul. Amen. And I'm looking forward to your book, brother. It's going to be great. Yes, indeed. Guten Nacht and Auf Wiedersehen. Indeed. Vielen Dank. Yep, I tried to empty... I tried some empty tomb AI art and ended up with Jesus looking like Conan walking out of the tomb. That is tough. And yes, indeed. Yeah, it's tough to get that kind of stuff out that like Bouguereau and all of them could do, which is incredible. Bouguereau is some of my favorite stuff. Yep. Let me see here. Good night, y'all. Indeed. Let's see here. Awesome. We're cracking up. That's right. Thought you fell asleep. God bless you. God bless you, John. I will see you guys soon, guys. So as I always like to say, speak easy, stay gold, keep the faith, and of course, peace be with you, because that is what my name means. My name means Shanth, means peaceful one. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Easter weekend or whatever you celebrate. If it's, I know it's Passover, I believe it is as well. Yeah, all of you guys take care. I will see you soon. And let's just keep cranking, keep having a good time, stay positive, guys. I will see you guys soon. All right, everybody. Yes, we will. We will meet again, and we will have some more fun. So take care, everybody. I've updated the credits for all you channel members. I got Tammy D in the house finally. So yes, indeed. Thank you, Timmy Mello. God bless you. Right. Good night, everyone. Bye, brother. Brother, much love to you and your family. Ciao. God bless y'all. See ya. Yep. May we meet again, indeed. Comrade Sammy, indeed. Sure, everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. Bow, indeed, John. And let's hit these credits, and I'll see you guys soon.